Nigga gonna make a comeback. I want to say that also. That's a prophecy, okay? The word nigga gonna make a strong comeback. You're gonna hear that word more in the next 4 years than you heard in the whole civil rights movement. I'm telling you that right now. Tell you that right now. It's gonna be because of Barack Obama. Tell you that right now. Nigga gonna make a comeback.
This message is to our young black men. Your life, it means something, and it is very precious in the eyes of God, because God is the one that gave you life. No law enforcement officer or anyone has the right to take it from you. Black man, it's time to stand up.
The Israelites have always suspected that this is not normal. There has to be a conspiracy, because everybody can't be against you, and everything can't just go wrong all the time. They always suspected that there's somebody behind this. This is systematic. Okay, that killing of the Blackman, young black man in Ferguson, Missouri, set off a firestorm that brought out what most people have suspected, most black people at least, most Israelites at least, for decades, for generations, that there is a system that's actually against our people. It's not just one racist cop. That's why, everybody that's in the truth, that's in law enforcement, that little blue wall or that little code y'all got where you want to stick together and all that, you better realize what you're sticking with. The Lord said, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. You better realize what you're sticking with. Another thing the Lord said is, come out of her, my people. Here it is, you got the truth, you believe the truth, but you refuse to be an Esther, a Mordecai. Somebody that's in a position that can possibly make changes or possibly catch hell for the changes that you're trying to make. So you just remain silent to the negativity that you see, even though it's being done to your own people. Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. So when you stick around wicked people, it's because you're going to be wicked with them. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? All right, so what came out in Ferguson when they actually snatched all their computers and went through all their emails and, seeing what was actually the inner communications with the powers that be. How many of y'all heard about that? Give me some of the things that came out in those in that report. That was supposed to be the report from the Justice Department. Give me some of the things that came out. Y'all don't know nothing? See, now's high time. You don't know nothing?
The 102-page report released by Holder today detailed examples of a police department out of control. Among the most damning evidence, emails, including ones allegedly sent by department leaders that included racist jokes and depicted President Obama as a chimpanzee. In one email forwarded by officials, a picture of bare-chested African women dancing was captioned, Michelle Obama's high school reunion. Another...
Okay, the first one they was talking about was Obama, okay? Okay, and these were emails that was exchanged between high-ranking law enforcement officials, officials in the court system, and everything pretty much that it took to run the city. These were jokes that were being passed back and forth that came out in those emails. And one of the things that came out is that that was said by some of these officials is that when Obama first got elected in 2008, that he's not going to stay elected long because what black man holds years. That's not racism? That's not racism? Now you see why you goddamn the last hire, they was like, you ain't going to hold this job. You a nigga. Right? Huh? This is the first time y'all hearing that? Huh? Okay, they mocked African Americans. It was one of the, or what they call African Americans. It was one of the, I can't remember everything, but it was one of the, a joke that was going back and forth and passed through emails and text message, saying that a black woman in New Orleans went to the hospital and got an abortion. And when she went home, there was a $5,000 check for her that was sent to her from the hospital. And then she called the hospital and said, well, who is this check from? And they said, Crime Stoppers. It's going to take you a while to get that one. Okay. Some of you are going to have to watch the tape to get that one. Because she terminated the pregnancy, the joke was she helped stop crime. This is coming from high-ranking officials in the court that's banging the gavel and sending you to jail, and also among the police department.
The new report says while many officers participated or forwarded the emails, none were disciplined. Among other findings, that Ferguson police disproportionately targeted African Americans, with 85% of vehicle stops, 90% of citations, and 93% of arrests, even though 67% of the Ferguson population is black.
Everybody got that? That's just Ferguson. Is that all? That's the police. That's the how cities view the Israelites. Okay, and you think Ferguson is the only place that this is happening in? No, the practice that was going on in the streets happens everywhere. Okay, everywhere. The excessive pulling over, the racial profile, that happens in every city in America. Okay. So you got municipalities, you got court systems, you got police departments. You realize there's a conspiracy there. It has always been thought that there was a conspiracy in Hollywood, right? That's why black people get killed in the movies first. Well, when Sony got hacked, right? Yep. It was confirmed that it's ran by a bunch of racists. Okay, made a lot of negative comments. Again, Obama is always the forefront. Like I said, he would be the reason why nigger would be used a whole lot more often. Okay, and one of the things they said about him is that what movies do you think he watched? And they said the Django and 12 Years a Slave. Some of y'all laughing at it like it's funny. You must want to laugh. They said that. And that's why they make those type of movies, okay? They make those type of movies and they sit there and Jamie Foxx is in tore up clothes and they sit there and they laugh at him behind the scenes, okay? Like, look at that nigga, the Django Unchained. 12 Years a Slave, a black man just running on the cover. You can clearly see it's a joke. It's a joke. So it's also Hollywood. One of the things that they mentioned about the international racism, how this is not just in America, that everywhere the Israelites are hated. Everywhere the tribe of Judah is hated. One of the things they mentioned, and they crunched the numbers, is that we can't really have black actors play the leads in these movies because the movies are not going to sell well overseas. Because overseas, they do not want to see black people playing the leads in movies. Nobody's going to pay to see that. Okay? All right? They was talking about Denzel Washington for one. So when Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey and all these other stepping, fetching modern day Negroes, when they heard about that, they was like, I dealt with Amy myself. I don't really believe she's racist. I think she just had a moment of she was just blacked out for a moment, okay? Right? All right? Okay, Oklahoma, right? What was that about? And what was that all? What was that about? Was it like a chant or something like that? Anybody know the chant? Nobody knows the chant? Y'all gotta change this stuff. You don't want to know what they saying about you on the bus to the football game? Huh? I think it's something about I never be a nigga in S-A-E or S-A-C. You can hang a nigga on a tree. Don't sit the nigga next to me. It'd be a never be a nigga, right? Nigga. Everybody understand it? Okay, so this is in pretty much every facet, every walk in life. If you go to college, the racism is there. If you're just in your community, the racism is there. If you make it as an actor, or you make it in Hollywood, or you make it in the entertainment industry, the racism is there. If you make it in the political world, the racism is there. Do everybody understand that? And it's not just racism on how people feel. These people have power, okay, to be able to act on the way that they feel. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that? They have power to oppress, and they have power to make your life miserable. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12. This power is mainly used to brutalize the Israelites. That's why we have cases like Eric Garner. That's why we got cases like what's going on in Ferguson, Missouri, where unarmed people are shot dead by people that was hired to protect the community. Let's get the Apocrypha Ecclesiastes chapter 12. This is why Oprah Winfrey is going to fall, Tyler Perry is going to fall, and everybody else is going to fall that continues to make excuses for this kingdom, for the people in this kingdom, because they want to remain friends and they want to continue to get their checks. Okay. What God instructed us on is this. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Read it.
Never trust thine enemy.
Read it one more time.
Never trust thine enemy.